Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're having a good day, and I hope that you guys are paying attention and doing your research coming up on the election. Um, and that's one of the things. Well, it's not really about the. It is, but it's not. But here's the thing. I really feel like we, as the people that pay our taxes, who pay the people in the government. So I'd like for us regular people, not a committee of other government individuals, but people of regular people like me, to get up there and be able to question every single person in some of these um, questionnaire hearings that they hear or doing and everything. Um, First of all, I'd like to ask them how much of our taxpayers' money has gone to politicize our judicial system. For an example, how much was paid out for all these different prosecutions of Donald Trump and the other people that um, they tried to take down with him. Um, I would like to know why illegal immigrants, I've made notes over here, illegal immigrants are getting help before our vets. Those are veterans, or people that risk their lives to make sure that we have the rights that we do, that we've been given. And why are the illegal immigrants are being helped more than struggling Americans? I mean, they've created the economy that they feel like is good. Um, but there's people like me that's disabled. I'm on a limited budget. Um, because I'm disabled, the help with the groceries is um, part of that whole deal. Um, so they're giving illegal immigrants thousands of dollars in cash and food money, and I get what I get in Social Security, and I get 100 something dollars a month to feed myself. I'm a cancer patient. I have worked my entire life. I have paid my taxes. I have done everything I was supposed to do as a productive citizen of America. And the Americans are being treated as second class, and welcoming all of these people in through the borders without doing it correctly, um, that's where the problems lie. Okay, it's not in that there's people that are wanting to move into America. That's fine. We A lot of us don't have a problem with that. We just want people to come in like our ancestors did before our family members have, and um, do it the right way. That's it. You know, we all sit here and work our whole lives and do what we're supposed to do, and we follow the laws, we pay our taxes, we do all of this, and then to be put on the back burner. It's not right. It's not right. Um, the people that are being bailed out, there's people bailing people out, I guess at random or whatever, and they don't even look at what their charges are before they do that. And so they have bailed out. Um, I should have written down my information, references, but I didn't. But I always do good research. I pay attention to what's going on. The only reason I'm here talking about it. Um, so you can take my word for it. You can go look it up. Or you don't have to listen to anything I say at all. But I'd also like to know is why there's so much corruption in our government right now. Like to the point to where us Americans who give them their jobs, why is there so much corruption? And we sit there and we select people that we feel like are going to best represent us. And then they go to Washington and they do whatever they wanted to. Okay? That's where, like, hey, we need the people to put us in office, but I know I said I was going to do that stuff, but there's all this other stuff I got to do. And I mean, I think there's so little that has been done in the last 3.5 years as far as passing legislation, um, making improvements, and all of this. Um, I know there has been some, but let's talk about what actually has been done, because I know a lot of it had to do with overseas and very little to do with our safety, our economy, and our quality of lives here as Americans. People come here to live the American dream. And let me tell you something. I'm almost 50 years old. I worked my entire life. I was a single mom with 3 kids. And so I didn't have everything. Oh, I wish I would have fixed that. Anyways, I should have had the opportunity to live the American dream, buy a house with a little white picket fence, or as I've always called it, a place for my kids to call home. And Um, the the housing prices are out of this world. The groceries, the cost of just feeding yourself. I literally went to the grocery store the other day just to get a couple of items. Um, I think it was like sugar and coffee and creamer or something like that. And I paid double what I should have been paying, what I was paying 3.5 years ago. And the other question I'd like to ask some of our government officials is the ones who are not corrupt, why are they just turning a blind eye to it? Me as a citizen who's not always in Washington to babysit the people that we have elected to represent we the people, I'd like to ask, what? Speak up, do something about it. Because the government that we've got going, there's good people in the government. What I want is for all these people that are there to make money for themselves, to make deals with our adversaries. I'm not throwing names around right now. Not going to. But what we need in the government are the ones that really do care about how our lives are being affected. Because, I guess so. After we run out of money and we can't pay taxes anymore because we're, going to a deep depression. So who's going to be paying them? Is it just going to come out of the national treasury? I think that if we can't get paid, they shouldn't be able to either. I think that they should try to live the way some of us have to. I'm not complaining about my life because I'm happy where I'm at. It's peaceful out here. I live in Texas. Can you hear the birds? Do you hear anybody on the highway or anything like that? You don't. And I like it that way. So I'm not saying that I'm not happy where I'm at, but we all grow up with the idea, that we're going to be able to buy a house one day and, da 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 da. And, all those crooked people in the government, they have like 2 and 3 houses. Why? And here's the thing that, oh, I need a sip of my coffee. Sorry guys, I just kind of jumped into everything this morning. So frustrated, and it gets more frustrating as we go through this process with the election. It always does get everybody stirred up. We're all passionate, but we don't have to treat each other badly. If you don't like, we don't have to be ugly to each other. Now, I know that it wasn't too long ago that I saw an interview that was done where someone that professes to be a professional journalist, um, did not have an introduction and just like dove in on this candidate like a, you know, rabid dog. And I don't twist my words because I don't like when people twist my words. But I will say last night I watched one of the ladies that got up at the rally for Trump, and she had so much energy. I think her name was Michaela. I'm sorry if I, but I think her last name was Williams. But she got up there. She was beautiful, and she had this energy that she was just pushing out. And these are the types of people that you want to listen to. Listen to what they're saying. Does she sound intelligent? Yes. Did she sound like she knew what she was talking about? Yes. Does she sound like that she's living what she's talking about or has lived what she's talking about? Yes. You know, and it's people like that. We need that kind of energy to represent the people that are out here, and we can't go and show up at Washington and I mean, anyways. So, but I loved her energy. I have seen so many positive. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, I mean, I'm sure you can tell who I plan on voting on. But it's not about. Right now, it's not about a face. It's not about a mouth. It's about action. Because for the last 3.5 years, um, the president and vice president worked on helping other places, which is fine. America's always done that, and that's okay. But some of that was reckless with spending, and that is what has affected us. And you can't forget the people at home, you know? Uh, anyways, um, another thing, there's just so many questions that I would ask if I had the opportunity to do this, because I'd like to be able to sit with them and say, you know, okay, what, you know, state, county, city do you represent? I represent such and such, okay? And tell me what your job is. And okay, that's your job. Is that according to you, or is that like on the books officially? This is what you have to do. Well, that's what I officially have to do. Okay, tell me where it was when you went into office, percentages and whatever. And then tell me where it is now. Tell me what you have and are doing right now to improve the situation for your citizens, the ones that put you into office. Okay? Maybe you didn't get all the votes, but you're still representing everybody that is in the county or city or state that you have been representing. Um, and, if find a way to get down to the bottom of this, like the corruption. If you come in there and say, well, my job was to make sure no bad people crossed this line. And I asked them, well, if that was your job, where was it when you started your job, and where is it now? In present case, we would see that that person not only didn't do their job, but they went 100% against what the job was. All I asked her to do was not to let somebody cross this line. And she let all these people pass the line like I hadn't asked her to do something. I mean, government seems, and they make it sound so complicated. But Americans, we're not stupid. It's common sense. Did you learn about the Constitution? I mean, if you went to school, you did. You've at least had some exposure to it. And you have access to it online right now. If you haven't, you can educate yourself anytime you want to. But what this is all breaking down to at this point, this year, in this election, I feel like is down to what makes sense and what doesn't. There's some fishy stuff that's been going on, and it's been 50 years, close 50 years, since we've had an assassination of the top of our top dog. And how in the world did that happen? Why is everybody questioning this? I think because we all know that there was something to be suspicious about. I think they're persistent, but regardless to say, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you guys. Thoughts over coffee. And, I hope I can get some feedback from you guys. Trying to get into the algorithms. I sure would appreciate it if you guys would just hit that like button, subscribe if you like what I'm talking about, or if you want to see what I talk about in the future. Like I said, I do have cancer. There's some days that I can't manage. And I do take basically a chemo and a pill, and there's days I'm just too tired. So I have so much that I want to share with people, and hope to positively affect people. And so I hope that I can get you guys to come back, like the videos for me. Please dislike it, I guess, if you don't. But hit something. Um, Make a comment if you have any feedback. If you have anything to say, if you have any opinions, share your opinions. I'm not gonna get offended if you have a different opinion than I do. I'm a big girl and I can handle that. But before I leave today, I just wanted to leave you. It's a Sunday. And I just wanted to leave you with a verse for the day. I'm going to direct you to Hebrews 11:1. Some of y'all know it. Okay. So it says, faith shows the reality of what we hope for, and it is the evidence of things we cannot see. So we have faith. Well, that's in NLT. But basically, what that says is, for an example, if you get in your car and you're down to the little last line on your gas gauge, and you're putting your faith in that car, it's going to make it to the gas station, right? Well, in that case, that's not something we can actually depend on, because a car is a car. If there's enough gas, then there's enough gas. But putting faith in God, it's something that you can feel, because you can feel God. You can learn about God. You can feel God. You can have a personal relationship with God. And if you haven't done that yet, just put your faith in God. I encourage you to do that. Times are getting pretty close to the end of times, I think. I'm trying to watch my words sometimes. I don't know, but also my brain just kind of clicks in and out sometimes. But regardless, to say, if you put faith in anything, put faith in God. Accept that you're a sinner. Because if you've ever lied, stolen, cheated, broken any of the laws, if you've looked at a female or male and thought, that's lust. So that's a sin. And we need to understand that. It's not an accusation. It's basically a fact. Because being human beings, we're flawed. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm a sinner. My sins may be different than yours, but in God's eyes, all sins are the same. And so we need to surrender to Jesus Christ. Accept that He died for our sins. And ask God to come ask Jesus to come into your heart and live with you forever. That He would guide you, and if you do that, I'm so happy that you decide to do that. I encourage you to find a local church. If you have a Christian friend, talk to them a little bit. I know all of our comfortability levels are all a little bit different. I know there's probably somebody that you know that's a Christian that you can have conversations with. Churches. And I just encourage you to go do that as the next step. And I just want to thank everybody for being here, for giving me the time and listening to me. There's something else I wanted to say, but I guess I'll catch you guys the next time. Have a blessed day and stay strong. And let's try to be united again here in the United States. We can't be like this anymore. That's what I wanted to talk about too, but the division is unnecessary. It's instigated by fearmongers and liars, and it needs to stop. I don't care what color you are. If you live here in America, if you're a citizen of America, I don't care if you're purple or pink or yellow, green, blue or multicolored. You're an American to me. Maybe I'll be talking about that another time. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this before I just keep talking on and on. And I just want to say that you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to ask you one more time. Please make sure you like the video and share it. Thank you. Leave a comment. Talk to you next time. Bye.